Alright, so far we have seen that three different ways to store data in Python. One was the list, the second was the tuple, and the third one was the set. And we also saw some of the differences between these three. For example, first of all, to denote a list, we use this square brackets. For a tuple, we use this round brackets, and for set, we use these curly braces. The second important thing is that the list was something a mutable object. That means you can modify the items, change or delete items from a list. But that was not possible for a tuple or a set. You cannot change any item or delete any item from a tuple or a set. Okay. Now, one other important thing was indexed. That means you can access a particular element from a list using a of 0, a of 1, like this. The same thing goes for tuple. But for set, you saw that there is no ways to index the items in a set. Okay. Now we'll start our discussion with dictionary. This is the fourth and last one. In basic Python, to store data in basic Python, that is dictionary. Now in dictionary, we use these curly braces again. Okay, to denote dictionary, we use these curly braces. Okay, just like we used for set, but this is a bit different in dictionary. We use something that is called a key value pair. Okay, value pair. So we write a key value pair inside this curly braces, and that will create a dictionary. Key value, not a dash, but this one, a colon. We use this colon. Okay, say for example, let's create something. So for example, our dictionary D is equals to, now say for example I want to list something. Say for example DC. Okay, what is the item? Okay, that is, say for example I have Bruce. The second element, if I go to the second element, say for example X-Man. Okay, see, I am using this colon after this one. Okay, then there was ending with a comma. Okay, check these things. Say for example Logan. So okay, now so this is our dictionary. We start with a curly brace. Okay, this is the curly braces. Okay, so there are two items here. This is the key. This is the key of our dictionary, and these are the values of our dictionary, values of the keys. That means in the DC comics we have a value, for example Bruce. In the X-Men universe we have one character that is called Logan. So these are called the keys and these are called the values. Okay, so next we'll look into those things in Python. So as you can see here, so this is our dictionary. Okay, and the size of our dictionary is 2. Okay. And you can also check the type. The type is DICT in short form. We write it as DICT. The size is 2. You can see there are 4 elements there, but the size of a dictionary is 2. That means the size of a dictionary, so for example, is determined by the number of keys. Okay, there is 2 elements. Okay, so if we come back here, that means that there are not 4 elements there, rather there are 2 elements. This is 1 and this is 1. So there are 2 elements in our dictionary and 2 keys in our dictionary, and these keys determine the length of a dictionary. Okay, so this is I hope you got the idea. Now check, say for example if I write like this way, D of 0, as you can see I get something error. Okay, that means that again in dictionary you cannot index it like this way. So in dictionary it is, you cannot be indexed like D of 0, D of 1 like this way. It is not possible. So it is also unindexed. Okay, just like it was for set, you cannot index the items like this way, 0 1 2 3 like this way. No, that is not possible. So a dictionary is one data type that is also unindexed. Okay, so I hope you got the idea. Now next, moving on. So say for example I want to find out the keys of a dictionary. What are the keys of this dictionary? Okay, so we can do it very simply. If we come here, if I write d dot keys, So it will shows us the keys of our dictionary, that is DC and expand. Okay, so writing like this way, this keys, this is a method. Okay, but it is not changing our dictionary. So d dot keys is the DC and expand. Okay, similarly we can get the values like this way, d dot values. Okay, so these are the values, that is Bruce and Logan. Okay, we can separately access the elements like this, separately access the keys and values like this way using this dot keys on that values method. Okay, so let's write it again. So number one is dot keys. Okay, the second one is d dot values. Okay, we can access another interesting way. So if I write like this way, d dot items. Okay, as you can see, it will create a tuple of the key value pairs. So DC Bruce, it will put those things in a tuple. Then the second two elements, it will put those things in another tuple and create a list of this like this way. So for example, if I define like this, DL is equals to list of d dot items. Okay, see, I have did something here. I have called it use this list, because this command d dot items returns the dictionary items. Okay, and if I want to visualize it, okay, this is an iterator like this way, but if I want to get the items like in a list format, I can just call it like this way, d dot items. So it will provide me this list. Now see, if we don't do it, what will happen if I don't use this list command? Okay, as you can see, the type is a dictionary items. Okay, this is the same thing that you have noticed in zip, or when you are using zip, and in this week we'll also introduce you to some of the things. These are like iterators, that means you can iterate through this object one by one. We'll discuss it about those things later in the lectures. For now, don't worry about it. Whenever you want to get things like this way, you just call this list method and everything will be inside the list. So using these d dot items, I can get the items, the key value pairs within tuples like this way. Okay, so this is another interesting way. So d dot items. Okay, so we already saw about dictionaries that it is unindexed, but is it mutable? And the answer is true. Yes, it is mutable. That means you can change the items, you can add a new item or delete an item from a dictionary. Okay, this was different from set or tuple. This dictionary is quite similar in that aspect to list. Similar to list, you can actually add a new item or delete an item from a dictionary. So let's take a look how we can do that. Okay, now say for example, what if I want to add a new item to our dictionary, add a new key? So we have to define like this way. D was the name of our dictionary. We'll use this bracket assignment. Okay, this square brackets, but understand, I cannot write a 0 1 2 because our dictionary is unindexed. Similar to list, we cannot do that. So what you can do, I have to denote a key value pair like this way. So I have to add a key. So if I add a key like this, say for example Marvel. Okay, so I am assigning the value, and what is the value? The value is, say for example Thor. Okay, so as you can see, when I perform this command, our original dictionary has changed. Okay, and a new item has been appended here, Marvel Thor. Okay, if you try to look at here sorry. Now our dictionary has 3 items. So to add a new item, okay, I have to use this command, use like this way. Some keys, I have to add this key value pairs like this way. Okay, so if I come here, d of key, that is equals to your value. Okay. So to add a new item, you have to go through this way. For a list, we use something like this. If you remember, a of 0 equals to something. Okay. 0 means the index. You used to place the index, then place something like this way. Okay. For dictionary, we have to use this key value pair. Okay. Now, so this way we can actually add a new item to our dictionary. Okay. Now, say for example, how to access a particular item from our dictionary. Okay. So there are three items, there are three items here, DC, X-Men. So if I want to find a particular item here, I have to use like this, DC of X-Men. Okay. I cannot use the index again, so I have to call an item. Okay, I have to call the value of an item using this keys command. Okay, using the keys I can access the items. Okay, so the keys are actually the index for the dictionary. Okay, so these keys, okay, these keys here are the index for a dictionary. Similar to list, when I use this 012 for dictionary, I will use these keys to access any item. Okay, so using this like this way, D of X-Men, I can get the items, the values. Another way to do that is a method that is called d.get. Okay, what do I want to get? Say for example, I want to get the value associated with the key Marvel. Okay, now as it will return the value. Okay, so this is these are two ways to actually access the value, access the items. So let's write it. To access the item, I can just call it by the key. Okay, like this way. I can also use this method that is called d.get, then the key. Okay, so this is another way to do this. These are two ways. Now say for example, what if I want to change the value? Okay, what if I want to change the value of an item? So if I do like this way, say d of DC. Okay, d of DC, it is already given as Bruce. Okay, so if I want to make a new item there. Okay, so let's write Wayne. As you can see, our original dictionary has changed. Now Wayne is assigned to the DC. Okay, so this way you can actually change an item. It is the same approach that we used for list. Now we are just using these keys as the index. Okay, so I hope you got the idea. Now one other thing, if you notice here, that I cannot use the same key twice. As you can see, I use this method dc.com equals to Wayne, but this DC item and this DC key was already in your dictionary. So when I assign a new value to that key, that is overwritten. That means I cannot use the same key twice or thrice. Okay, but in list we could use the same value again and again. There can be multiple appearances of the same item, same value, but now there cannot be multiple keys in a dictionary. Okay, I hope you got the idea. Now one other thing is I can mention. Okay, so there was another thing that we saw. Say for example, GG in D. Okay, it will return false. Now say for example, if I do like this way, Thor in D. Now guess what it should return, true or false? Because I have Thor in our dictionary. So if I write it, if I command it, it is going to return false. The reason is that Thor is a value, not a key. This command checks only in the keys, not in the values. So if I do like this, Marvel indic. Okay, so this command, when in case of a dictionary, this must be the key, not the value. Now, and the last thing, what if I want to delete remove an item from our dictionary? Okay, so there was one command you saw, del. So if I write like this, say for example, I want to remove DC using the keys. As you can see, the DC key has been removed from our dictionary. Okay, so this is one way to delete an item. Now one other thing we can do, if I want to pop out an item and remove it, you can use also like this way, d.pop. Okay, so what I want to remove, say for example Marvel. Okay, if I do like this way, it will pop out the value and remove that item from our dictionary. As you can see like this. You can also check here dir of dict. This is going to show you all the methods that are available for a dictionary, and we also already saw these items, schemes and pops. Okay, we can also use this update command to join to dictionary. Okay, we are going to see that next.